Okay, I'm live, and I'm going to be playing, once I get it set up, a little game known as Arctic Eggs. But, of course, classic, got to share the link for the stream with the people, the folks of the internet. I can be heard, which is nice. It's a nice change of pace. I don't have to change anything. Streaming. Live streams. At noon. Okay. Can you see my desktop? No, you can't. Good. Don't want you to be able to. Okay. Got all sorts of folks hopefully showing up for this. So, for those of you who don't know, Arctic Eggs is a weird game about making eggs and other miscellaneous things. I will be interviewing Water Museum, the developer of this game, at the end of the week. And so this replay, played this last year when it came out. Oh wait, no, the game's doing stuff. Okay, but at least it can be heard. Turn it down a little bit. I want to change. Where's the game? Wait, where's the game? No! I hear the music. One-man stream. Aha, here we go. Game capture. Mode, capture specific window. I want you to capture Arctic Eggs. Boom! Ah, Arctic Eggs. Let's turn down the master volume a little bit. And this game's fucking hard. So, well, I can play it normal. Okay. And get my classic phone pulled up so I can take notes for the interview. Why does it not say I'm live here? No, I'm live. All right, we have Jonas and Sadikyo in the chat. Sadikyo banned me on another stream a couple minutes ago, which is excellent. And guys in the chat, I don't know, tell me your story if you've played this game, if you're familiar with it. And also, if you have any questions that you think I should ask the developer of this game. Because I'll be talking to them very soon. I actually don't know this person's name. I only know them as the Water Museum, which is an interesting dev name. And I don't believe they're going to be showing their face in the recording, which will be interesting. My plan to make that a little bit less weird, because I still want my face there, is to make like a little animated loop of one of these people from Arctic Eggs. They're really fucking weird. Look at this guy. Can you fry eggs on top of Mount Everest? This is the classic question from Arctic Eggs. Ban me for a few minutes. No, you know what? I'm a benevolent ruler, and I will not be banning you. I don't think you can do the eggs on... I'm pretty sure the bottom cooks, the top would just freeze. Something to remember for next time. After your attempt to escape, the boss stripped you of all your main functions. All you can do now is walk and cook. So I think I'm like a... Hello. I think I'm like a egg cooking automaton. So make me an egg, cooked on both sides, as always. Alright. And so, this game you have to like... wiggle your mouse back and forth to make the pan sizzle. Any kind of motion makes the pan hot. And then you have to like get it on the edge and flip it. It takes a really sensitive touch. But I did beat this game before. So we'll see how easy it is for me, having experience. I haven't played it in a year though. Good, I think your design of Lurker suits you much better. So obviously very interesting visual style here. And very interesting gameplay. There's no other game like Arctic Eggs. I need permission from the Saint of Six Stomachs to go out in the city, serve all those who seem hungry, and you may just gain an audience with him. You don't have a lot left. Don't cut corners this time. Alright. Again, in chat, have you played this game? Are you familiar with it? Do you want me to tell you anything I know about it? And if you have, do you like it? Think it's weird? Think it's dumb? There's all sorts of options. This to me, this person right here with the nose breathing like air thing, which is going into their pocket. Who can afford eggs anymore? That's a great point. This game came out before egg prices went crazy, but it is oddly prescient. Well, wait, no, it's the exact opposite of that. But I guess it feels dystopian because no one can have eggs anymore. I mean, the poultry pepper, right? Well, that's one didn't last long. I would like an egg cooked on both sides as always. Can you also cook my cigarette? I like the flavor it has. It already lit those, so finish cooking before it fizzles out. Thanks. So one thing I like about this game is that it introduces its mechanics through cooking different things in the pan simultaneously to an egg. Okay, Jonas and Sadekyo, you've never played this game. So this game came out last year. A solo developer called The Water Museum made this. It is played solely by moving your mouse around when you're cooking. And again, I'm like doing micro little movements with my hand to have the pan be like always in slight motion. And so you have to cook the egg. And trust me, I'm making it look easy, but if you go download this game, it's like $4 or $5 on Steam, I think. It's gonna be really hard the first while that you're doing because you've never played a game like this before. And so it's got some commentary on capitalism and on poverty. This whole city here, everyone's in pretty extreme poverty. The world is like dystopian in some way, like the temperature is like lowered a bunch, and the only food is egg or something. I can't quite remember. But I'm a great panhandler. Thank you. I am from Texas. There's a panhandle here. This guy ran off cups this morning. Jordan stopped stocking the vending machines months ago. Had to drink out of a bowl again. So see, this is the interesting thing. And look at the visual design of this character. You know, a guy, a texture mapped onto like a rather flat face, and then he's like pulsating. Everything pulsates in this game a little bit, especially the people. And the writing is very, very unique. How it comes up in short sentences. So, if you have questions about the game, I would love you to ask them in the chat. Anything you're curious about with this game, anything catches your eye, design, aesthetic, history. Because again, I am interviewing the developer in just a few days, and this is my prep right here, replaying the game, just thinking about it. And so whoa, look at him schmoove. Never going back. All right. The pulsing is very interesting, albeit creepy. Absolutely. And all the people have look at this person's face and head. So strange. I'm making a time lapse of meat rotting in my apartment, really hoping it pays off. So, Jonas, I know that you and your HitSave team, you guys work with interesting indie teams for preservation. This is a game that I think is so unique. What? I mean, look at this. There's nothing like this. This is one you should definitely look into to preserving in some way. I know Lost in Cult, they're working alongside the developer. They did a vinyl of the soundtrack. Sadekyo asks, my main question is what inspired them to make the game and what made them choose the mechanics they did for the main gameplay function. Yeah. I wonder if there was ever other options for how you're going to cook eggs. That's a great question. Were there other game or other mechanical options that you went through for the core cooking mechanic? Here's another question. What is it with the pulsating of the people? Why did you add that? And the face is an obvious and cool choice. Yeah, I definitely want to ask about character design. Character design process. Yeah, I'll have to think about how I want to tackle that question, but I definitely want to talk about the character design process. The flamingos were banned a long time ago. I think. Honestly, I can't remember. But they left pink feathers everywhere, like buildings were dusted with some sort of strawberry sugar. Absolutely beautiful. As kids, we'd drop them from the rooftops, just watch them spin around. We'd do that all the time on the way home from school. We stopped eventually. Don't remember when or why, really. What really sucks is if we wanted to do it again, it's too late. They're gone. We just didn't really know how good we had it. But I like to think that since I remember it so fondly, we made the most of it. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so this game is a really, really weird world. It's all presented... Art style reminds you of Beneath a Steel Sky. I'm not familiar with that game. To look it up. Beneath a Steel Sky? Beneath a Steel Sky. 1994, okay. Made by Virgin Interactive. Or no, published by Virgin Interactive. A little point-and-click adventure game. I love those. Oh, you guys in the chat are some of the only people who might be familiar with this. Oh, Ginger's here. Oh, my God. Oh, that makes my night so much better. So much better. I played Les Manly in The Search for the King last night. I am a very big fan of the Leisure Suit Larry series. The second guy I ever interviewed was Al Lowe, who's the creator of Leisure Suit Larry. And when I found out about Les Manly, I was like, really? I mean, I knew the Larry games were, you know, cult classics, but I didn't know there was like a parody of them, or I mean, ostensibly a ripoff. I played the game; it's fine enough in its own right. That game is fucking obtuse. The puzzles are really, really wild. But what do you guys think of Les Manly? Either Lost in L.A. or In the Search for the King. Are you guys familiar? Ginger and I go way back. We go back to PAX. I mean, all the way back in the day. Never met anyone who has been to the Mariana Trench. Starting to have my doubts. A guy like me, 2 eggs. All right. And now I have to manage 2 eggs at once. So I rotate the pan just a little bit. I like doing the micro movements so they don't move around too much. Like move it in little circles. Okay, and now I have to get them off the edge, and then you flip it like that. There's one of them. I'll just cook that one until it's completely cooked, because in case it flips back over. Okay, they do a little pulse like that when they're done. And then if anything falls out of the pan, you have to do it again. Do the whole thing again. Oh. And I think I have to get it off the other egg to have it cook. Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's the guy that banned me. Yeah. Classic. I remember that like it was yesterday. You make 2 eggs so well. Oh. Oh. The best 2 eggs I've had. Thank you. 8 still hungry. So, in every area, there's a certain amount of people that you need to feed. But you can't tell which of the people want eggs or what don't. That chicken breast you smuggled me in had salmonella in it. Sorry about that. Did you cook it all? Give it a quick Italian pan-sear. Yeah, nothing fancy for a guy like me. I'm going to ask why the characters dance. Why do the characters dance? How did you animate the dances? I'll ask, how do you like your eggs? Which, for Dev Dive historians, is an interesting question. That was the very first question I ever asked on Dev Dive, is how do you like your eggs? Because the first person I ever interviewed was May Gardens about the game Foul Damage. The first question I asked her was, how do you like your eggs? So now I'll be able to do it again. Jonas says, I loved Larry as a kid, but I don't think I've ever tried the Les Millie games. Seems they're on Steam. Yes, they are. There's actually a bundle of them that I got on GOG. It is on sale quite frequently. I think I got the 2 of them together, which those are the only 2 Les Manly games. I think I got the 2 of them together for $2.50 or something. So, the Larry's games always fascinated me. Super into point-and-click games, but even back then, I found Larry a bit too pervy for my taste. So Les Manly is almost exactly Leisure Suit Larry. And he's just kind of a weaselly office worker guy who women don't really like. That ends up going to Las Vegas. That one takes place in New York and Las Vegas, unlike Leisure Suit Larry 1 in the Land of the Lounge Lizards, which takes place in the City of Lost Wages, or you go to the City of Lost Wages. But the difference is, Les Manly is not actually really a perv. There are moments of it, and the game like lightly pokes fun at that with like having some like big sprite art of women that are kind of scantily clad, but it's not as overtly perverted or horny as the Larry games are. Which, by the way, I think that's overstated. Obviously, it was really for the time. Those were much more explicitly sexual games than people were used to. But having played and even streamed one of the Leisure Suit Larry games, they're really tame. And the games are really satirical about their sexuality and the perverted nature of the character. Larry's not a good guy for being as perverted as he is. And the game knows that. So, like, people who... And I know none of you necessarily saying this, but I've heard people say, like, oh, those games are gross. Like, they're just objectifying women. And obviously, yes, there are the women that are, like, scantily clad in the games. But, like, they're designed as parodies of people who are like that and certainly not promoting that. It's a weird balance, but especially having spoken to Al Lowe, I really don't think those games are, like, any malintent there. Ginger says, give me Secret Monkey Island. I've yet to play Monkey Island. I'm working my way up to Monkey Island. I played Maniac Mansion actually on stream a couple weeks ago. That was my first LucasArts adventure game after having played a bunch of Sierra ones last year. I played 4 Larry games, King's Quest and Space Quest, and Mystery House last year. So lots of Sierra games. You can get salmonella from iguanas. Were you around any recently? No, I don't think so. I really don't know how this happened. Check your meat before offering it to strangers. I was hurt. I've known you for 7 years. Oh, okay, I gotta feed this guy. All right, 2 slabs of bacon and an egg. I'm playing The Longest Journey right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I bought that on GOG. Somewhat recently. I do want to play that. And is that the one they're just announced a remake? No, Siberia. They announced a remake of. Whoa, coming later this year. Get off the bacon. But I have not played The Longest Journey. Hey, my brother's in the chat. I made my brother play this last year and he liked it. It's a really interesting game. Again, very cheap. I recommend you check it out. Especially, whoa! Okay, I gotta get the bacon off the bacon. There we go. Okay, I think that one's touching the pan enough to cook. Please? I don't actually... Oh, there we go. Okay. And now... Boom! Clean! This game does rock you, and I agree. You feel better? It's good. A good meal requires balance, though. Specifically an even mix of hot and cold elements, especially when it involves meat. Excellent point. 7's still hungry. Can I talk to this guy? Glad to see you again, my friend. Will you take some meat off my hands? I am way behind on this. I hear stomachs whispering from across the room, which slows me down. Stage fright, I guess. This guy wants me to cook sausages and egg. Oh my god, so many eggs. There's so many stuff to do. If I don't play enough or you guys don't stick around, one other thing this game does is it introduces bullets, which explode, and if they cook too long, and when they explode, they can knock things out of the pan. And then there are also fish, I believe. I'm trying to remember back again. It's been a year since I played this. Keaton, everyone in the chat here is from the group HitSave that I was telling you about. That it does video game preservation. I talked to them at PAX. They're all very cool. Met, I think, all of you guys actually there. The Way You Sling, The Way You Fling textbook. And now they're supporting me here. And Keaton, I'm interviewing. I think I'm gonna mention this to you. I'm interviewing the dev for this game in just a few days. That's my brother Tony on the grill. He doesn't like cooking that much. He's just trying to build up his skill and credibility. so he can press the Saint of Six Stomachs. Grant their permission to leave. Yeah, so it is very it's very dystopian, and like everyone is kept here. They need permission to leave. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, Monkey Island. Again, I'm working my way up through some of these games. I'm not. Sometimes I like to do like series in chronological order. Obviously, LucasArts is not a series, but like I wanted to play. Well, the order specifically is I want to play Maniac Mansion so I could play Day of the Tentacle, go from Ron Gilbert to Ron Gilbert and Tim Schafer, and then go from Day of the Tentacle to Monkey Island. So I get this sort of progression of LucasArts games. And then obviously Monkey Island 2. Maybe to future Ron Gilbert, Double Fine, point-and-click adventure games, Thimbleweed Park, The Cave, things like that. But what are your favorite of those kind of games? The pan has got to have its own heating element. Where does the heat come from? Yeah, I can also ask that. Where does the pan heat come from? Maybe it's just kinetic energy, you know? Kinetic energy is energy. Technically, if something's moving fast enough, it generates heat. Just through sheer friction. So maybe you're just really moving it fast. Grim Fandango is one of my favorite games of all time, and also Psychonauts. Now, Grim Fandango is an interesting one because I bought Grim Fandango for a couple dollars on Steam, probably over 10 years ago at this point. I also own it on Switch, they remastered. And that was the first traditional adventure game where you're picking up items and fixed. I think that was actually the game I played that had a fixed camera perspective. And so I really love the aesthetic of that. I really love the tone. I love the voice acting. But I never got more than a couple hours into it just because I was much younger and I didn't really understand how it worked. But I've obviously played a ton of adventure games, and specifically point-and-click adventure games, since then. And so I'm really looking forward to revisiting it once I, again, work my way up to that. Look at this person. What do they have on their jowls there? I don't need sex. Stole some bacon from downstairs. Okay, so the cigarette acts as a timer. I have to cook all this stuff before the cigarette burns out, which is not very hard. But you see, if you watch, it's lit and then it burns down slowly. Now, Jonas, you say the Monkey Island series is an amazing 2 games. I'm educated enough, though obviously I haven't played any of them, to know that there are more than 2 Monkey Island games, including the newest one that Ron Gilbert made, which is what, Return to Monkey? No! Oh. Return to Monkey Island? I don't remember the name of it. But have you played that game? And is it shit? And is it bad? I feel like you're being a little bit facetious here to make a point. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I like what I played of Grim Fandango. I just haven't ever finished it, which I'd like to do. I actually remember this is so nerdy. At a sleepover one time. Oh, it landed back in the pan. At a sleepover one time, I started it up. I started a new file, and I played it with a couple of friends until all of them fell asleep. I remember laying there with my Joy-Con pair in my hand because I played it on Switch, and late at night looking up at Grim Fandango and like exploring whatever area. And they especially never played a game like that. I think they thought it was pretty cool though, and it's definitely a funny game. I love them all. Speaking of Grim Fandango, I love the what's the fucking word for the Art Deco, for the Art Deco architecture and art style of the environments in that game. I love that. I think that probably is what grabbed me most. Jonas says, I love them all. Most people just love the first 2. He's just jesting. That's fair enough. Not happening. But not hungry right now. I won't die today. Good for you. Who are you? Oh, you are the next poultry prepper. Just working your way through us all. So poultry prepper is capitalized. PP. So it's proper noun. Thanks for helping out, asshole. Find someone else to feed. Fair enough. Everyone usually uses ubiquitous in a sentence. It is okay to ignore whatever they're about to say. I think I've done that before. And tumultuous. Another word? We are hungry. Hey, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. Okay, let's make sure they all cook on one side. I also love the Sam and Max series. Yeah, so Sam and Max is one I'm interested to learn more about. I am only familiar with Sam and Max in the visual side. I know what the characters look like, and I know that they were in that that Telltale poker game, right? Which I believe had like fucking like Heavy from TF2 in it, or no, that was the second game that was like that. But I don't know that much about Sam and Max. Regarding the tumultuous nature of our request, it's surprising to see the uniform ubiquity you managed to consistently deliver across all these eggs. The multifaceted relationship between the yolk and the white is truly inspiring and really speaks to your sensibilities. Fucking thanks. Okay. 4 still hungry. All of us have a jar of honey in the bathroom, but I digress. Okay, we gotta ask about the writing of the characters, the seemingly random things they bring up, philosophy. What and how'd you come up with those? I've not yet played the Blackwell games. I bought them long ago, but I still haven't gotten to them. Can you expound on that? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by the Blackwell games. Again, you're kind of in an area that I still do need to learn about. Saw you exit the poultry pantry. Last poultry peddler didn't last long. I told him about the new curtains I just got. Hope the jealousy he felt didn't drive him out. I tried to stay humble. Okay. Whenever it comes to leftovers, I usually scrape the food onto the plate, microwave it, and then scrape the fork I use to scrape the plate. Put the fork I use to scrape the plate into the sink. It feels a little bit wasteful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cigarettes and 1 egg. Okay, it doesn't really change things. It means that I need to be a little more careful. Oh, wait, no, it does change things. So I need to make sure. Oh, it worked. Okay. Yeah, I think they're small enough to where the egg will still cook. Yeah, what are the Blackwell games? A series of point-and-click adventure games developed by Wadjet and Wadjet Eye Games. Okay. Are they newer? I've heard of Wadjet. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. The Safari on my phone is full of just different tabs of random games I want to do research on, which I'm sure you guys can relate to. The Blackwell games. Blackwell games. Oh, okay. 2009, 2009, 2011, 2014. Blackwell series. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Dave Gilbert. Oh, that's where I've heard of Wadjet. Now, okay. This is a long shot. You guys in this chat are people that may be able to help. Does anyone in this chat have Ron Gilbert's email? I would love to get in contact with Ron Gilbert. I want to do an interview with him about the putt-putt games. Those have a ton of, like, Gen Z millennial nostalgia right now, and there's no interview with Ron Gilbert online about putt-putt. And I also played one of them on stream recently. So I really would like to get Ron Gilbert's email. I found a place to contact him. It doesn't really seem like it's a great place, but I need direct contact with Ron Gilbert. And if you know someone who might have Ron Gilbert's contact information, please let me know. They really don't make them like they used to. 3 still hungry. I am not hungry. Furthermore, I would never eat anything you ever touched, no matter how gentle and tender. Fair enough. There are 5 Blackwell games? I've never heard of this series. Huh. Did Gilbert do all of them? The Samsung subject is just beyond this door. I was demoted relatively recently. My only job now is watching the door, allowing you to with any form of credibility. Should you feed, say, at least 27 of his people, I would consider letting you in. There are many, many hungry people, not just here on the roof. but in every corner of the city. Each one yearning for new flavors and experiences. The saint of six stomachs can hear what their stomachs grumbling and would be eager to thank the person who quells it. So yeah, feed 27 people. Weird number, I know. Feels right. You can skip a couple of the weirder people. There are many spare mouths to feed. If you ever lose track of how many people you fed, try smoking a cigarette. Personally, always helps me think. Okay, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, meow, 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 spacebar is smokes a cigarette? There we go. Okay, I've fed 7 people out of the necessary 27. And this is where the saint of six stomachs lives. Have you tried this for contacting him? Did you send a link? I don't see anything if you did. I have mouthwash enthusiast. Mouthwashing. There's an Arctic Eggs reference in mouthwashing, I think. Oh, this is a Critical Reflex game. For those of you who don't know, Critical Reflex. Oh, bye, Ginger. Next stream. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to stream small games relatively frequently. But bye, Ginger. Thank you for stopping in. Sadakio, send me on Discord the way you want me to contact Ron Gilbert. But anyway, this is a game published by Critical Reflex. Last year they did Mouthwashing and Threshold and Buckshot Roulette. And so they're on a roll right now. And I've talked to a couple of those folks. I talked to Julian Evier from Julian Evier, who made Threshold and who worked at Arcane, which was cool. And I talked to Jeffrey Telmick, who was one of the designers of Mouthwashing, which is by far my biggest interview by fucking a massive amount. I think only second now is my Nubby's Number Factory one with my friend Ethan Anderson. If I put my ear up to this wall and listen, I can sometimes hear a gurgle or two. I'm just trying to distract myself because the number of chickens we've gathered this week is shockingly low. Okay, so they gather chickens. People's hearts are just not in it anymore. Lore. People gather chickens? What can you tell us about the world of Arctic eggs? Did you send me? Whatever. Okay, more people to feed. What do you expect was going to happen? No one leaves here. These people need us. Like, actually. Not in a corrupt way, I think. So I know this area goes to... This bridge goes to another area. I think this is the... There's a bazaar, there's a prison, and there's a club. Sorry, I don't really want to restrict you, but I don't think you can handle the hungry feet behind this door. After you feed everyone here, I can let you. Okay. You can find other people. I don't know how many of your hit save characters, and I say that in a loving way, are still in the chat, but the other day, I played Harvester, and I would love to talk to you guys about that game, as other people who appreciate point-and-click adventure games. I loved Harvester. I don't like the last part of the game. That is the side-scrolling beat 'em up that doesn't control well and is confusing. But I think that the first 3 hours I spent with that game in Harvest are my favorite point-and-click adventure game memories. So the game bounces out to be like an 8 out of 10 for me. But that opening bit is so strong that I don't even really care. Harvester has a making of we need. Oh, a making of. That sentence doesn't really make sense when you're just reading it out loud. Harvester has a making of we need. So I've been looking to buy a copy for a stream. Yeah, that is a Amiga and DOS game. So I don't know how rare or expensive those are, but that would be awesome. Yeah, I would really love to learn more about that. I found a quick making of as a 5-minute one. I found that on YouTube. I don't know if you can just Do you need to rip it yourself to have it be included on your stream, or can you just find the one on YouTube? But yeah, it's the making of. Anything semi-chicken related is hard to find. Kids don't even call each other chicken anymore. Not sure if it's because they don't know what it is or if it's just not an insult. It's basically someone calling someone delightful or a delicacy. To be a delightful delicacy to someone must be nice. Gaze upon this fish ration, my companion for the last 10 years. Been waiting for the right moment to eat it. I want you to be the moment. Pop it open, flip the fish out of the cook. Oh yeah, the sardines! That's what I meant by fish. Yeah. So these you have to like cook the can for a little bit, and then the lid will pop open. Excuse me, one. And a couple of sardines will come out. It's about $50, so I'm planning on buying a copy for a stream. I can get a good deal on it. You have to own the physical item, yeah. Okay, interesting. Whoa! I don't know. I wonder if there's any games that I have that have making ofs or documentaries on them. Because I own quite a few games. I probably don't own more than you guys do. But if there's anything I have that you guys are looking to save footage from, or if there's like little documentaries, let me know. I wouldn't know how to rip it. I need some help, guidance on that. But oh no, we're losing follow. We're losing streamers. People watching. I think it's just you, Sadikio, maybe Keaton still watching me, and me. I'm one of the three. They're dropping like flies. Okay, talk to that person. Sorry, I can't let you through. The people behind the store are incredibly hungry and super weird ways. Okay, this is another door. Can I go up here? Yes, I think so. Oh, Jonas is still here. Okay, that means my brother left me. Jonas, I would much rather have you here than my brother. I see him every day. Look at this. Oh, well, okay. Listening to you banter while I'm playing Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Which one are we playing? Playing the Switch one? The NST remake? Yeah, I played a little bit of that game. I really like Donkey Kong, the Game Boy game. I think that game is awesome. I love how fluid Mario is to control in that game. But I don't know. I think the art style of that remake is just too generic Mario-y for me. I would prefer if it had a more distinct, like if it looked more toy-like, which I know maybe I'm just associating because of the mini Mario games that were like literally toys, but I'm organizing my project room while watching. Oh, okay. Project room for what? For recording, for making stuff? What kind of projects you work on? Playing on my GBA. Okay. I prefer the way the GBA game looks. It probably doesn't play better than the Switch one, but probably also is not that different. It's cool that they redid it. I would much rather have done a new game, but it wasn't a big project load. Hopefully that team, Nintendo Software Technology, is able to get out another one soon, now that it's been reestablished. My girlfriend goes to a different school. I believe you. She is Polish. That's why you don't know her. What? Okay, I need to do sardines and an egg. I can do that. It's my everything room, but mostly for game preservation, other archival work. That sounds amazing. I only have my bedroom to work with. That's where I have all my games and, of course, my computer and everything. But eventually, I would love to have a game collection room, game preservation room, have all my consoles set up and everything. A place to... Because for me, here's what's weird. And you, Sadikio, and Jonas, and also, Sadikio, I believe Andrew said your name was Tony. If I can just call you... If that's correct, and I can just call you Tony, I'm going to do that. But clarify that before I continue. But I'm glad to have both of you in here. One person's still hungry. Listen to the jazz soundtrack here. Yep, Tony. Okay, great. Um. Wait, where the fuck is this last person? Oh, oh, hello. Is it you? No, I already talked to you. That's the meat rotting person. Okay, so here's something that I wonder if you guys can relate to. So when I buy a game, it's not always because I'm actually like actively interested in playing it like soon. It's usually, especially if I'm getting it for cheap on like GOG or Steam or something, it's usually because I'm interested in the game in a general sense and I want to have it accessible for the moment in which I want to do like research on it and I want to play it for myself. Um, a lot of the games I buy on GOG are again for that reason. I'm like, okay, I can get them for like $2. A game like what did I buy recently? Let's go to my games purchase history here. Game like like Theme Hospital or Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. You know, I'm getting these games for like maybe $3 maximum. Or Daikatana. I bought Daikatana. I bought the Dangerous Dave collection, Commander Keen collection, the Jazz Jackrabbit collection. I played some of those, but like I'm buying them on the cheap, not so I can necessarily play them right now, but so I can have a pool of games to easily and quickly play and research if I want to. And I know that's not how most people buy games, but that's why I'm okay with buying a lot of games that I don't play, because I treat it as like my personal library where I have access to the games that I want to research. And also, if I own a game, it helps me remember it more, because I'm like, okay, I spent money on it, I need to remember that I have this. And so a game like Les Manly, right? I learned about that game a couple months ago. I bought them basically immediately. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. It's definitely something I want to play eventually. But I didn't. I would not have remembered what that game was if I hadn't bought it. We all need that dopamine kick, and collecting helps the addiction. You have no idea how bad my game backlog is. Don't feel bad, however many you have. Yeah. So, yeah. No, I have a lot of games. I have a lot of games and a lot I haven't played. But I don't feel bad about it, because again, I don't treat it as this is the stuff I'm going to play. Number one, I like supporting the industry. You know, I buy a lot of indie games, buy things on GOG and on Steam and on a lot of stuff, and also collect a lot of physical stuff, which doesn't usually go to, you know, the industry. It's usually secondhand, but yeah, I buy them for like a library, so I don't even think of it as my backlog. It is my backlog, and I keep a backlog, but it's a library thing for me. Like, people buy a lot of books, they don't read them all immediately. It's there so they can reference them, and that's what it really is for me. Okay, who's my last person? Wait, that was the last person, I think. GOG is amazing. Yeah, so Jonas, what games do you buy on GOG? I find that for me, I usually buy games on GOG that are not available anywhere. I love that they have the good old game system with the DRM free and all that. But for me, it's mostly like they're really good at having a lot of old games on there. Like 90s PC games specifically, which are not... I mean, some of them are also available on Steam, but not always. The number of games I bought purely for preservation work is also a bit ridiculous. Other than that, I do buy a lot of games because I have some type of interest, even if I won't get it for years. Yes. Yeah, and for me, what I'm saying, when I say interest, I'd say like a solid 60% of the games I buy are more in an academic sense. Like, I bought Mud Runner a couple weeks ago. Oh, I'm not done. I bought Mud Runner like last week, and I don't think I'll like Mud Runner, but I know Mud Runner, Snow Runner, actually a new game of that series released today. I think it's called Expeditions. these games are unique, and there's a big audience for them. And so I bought it so eventually I can play, well, let's just say an hour, 90 minutes of it. I mean, maybe more if I like it. But I don't buy MudRunner because I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to like MudRunner. In fact, I think I probably won't like it that much personally. But it's more like I want to be able to know what it is. And so it's like an academic thing for me. Okay. I swear I've talked to everyone. This is a little bit frustrating. I won't lie. Is there someone like up? Is it you maybe? Can't talk to that person. GOG is fantastic. Unfortunately, I have a lot of games in Steam Universe, but GOG has a lot of classics and pretty affordable. Yeah, GOG sales are my favorite. There are some games that I swear on my life don't leave sale. Like, I've had the Mortal Kombat trilogy on my wish list since I started using GOG more consistently, and it's every time I check, it's $1.49, which I should just buy it. What the fuck? But yeah, I love a GOG sale. You are talking about to the right group about these types of motivations vibe for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who don't really understand that and buy games for a different way. Be serious now. There are still many hungry people here, I think. After you feed everyone, I'll let you through. What the fuck? Okay. If there's a X over the person, I can't interact with them. Or I already have. This is the Flamingos guy. Okay, Flamingos guy. Flamingos guy has a lot to say. I also would, with now getting to know you guys, I would like to learn some tips for if there's ways that I can actually better preserve the physical games that I have, because I probably own a little over. Actually, I can check. I have an app called GameEye. Okay, I own 596 physical games. Well, no, that's not everything. Because I also have a bunch of Atari games that are in a box that I've not really gone through. I bought them in a lot. So I probably have somewhere just under 700 physical games. And I would like to make sure that they are in as good a condition as possible. And unfortunately, I just don't really know a lot about things that I can do to make sure that's the case. I'm losing my mind. Yes, cleaning, storing, protecting. Yeah, so give me any quick rundown on any step of that I should think about. I mean, one thing I definitely do, that this is not necessarily super preservation, but I love using a little Goo Gone to remove stickers. And I always make sure that the cases are on the outside are specifically clean. Also archiving into that. Now, I would like to be, but I just that's again something I'm not particularly familiar with. So need some tips and assistance on how to start that process. Oh my God! Please, to the love of God, be the last person. Yes. Okay, 2 cans of sardines. Atari games are very resilient, and some of them might look moldy on a sticker, but that's just the glue having a terrible decade. Yeah. There are some that I got... Again, I bought almost all my Atari games in, like, one big lot. Here's a fun story that you guys will appreciate and also find annoying as I did. I bought my Atari games, again, as I said, in a lot. That's out. And it came with an Atari 7800. Which is cool. I'm like, okay, I can play 7,800 games and 2,600 games. I believe 5,200 games are a different size. You can't play them on there. I don't have any anyway. And it came with probably 70 or so different cartridges. And I played it for a bit. Had it set up, worked, played a couple games on there, not too many. But then it stopped working. I was like, oh, damn. So I took it to a local console repair place. And, oh my God. They opened it up. And they had it for about a week. And they opened up, looking the inside, see what they could do to fix it. And it was just completely destroyed on the inside. One corner of it was cracked and, like, open to the elements. So it was all rusted in there. And there was literally just, like, food in there. Like crackers and crumbs. It was just I can't even believe that it actually played games for me for a couple weeks or whatever. It was so gross. I think I still have the shell of it somewhere, but this guy basically sold me a fucking bunk console. I got a bunch of games with it, so it's not like it was a terrible deal. And that was me when I was just starting to get into video game collecting, but. Yeah, that guy totally screwed me over. And so now I don't actually have an Atari system to play those games on. I'd have to buy a new one. And obviously there's not that many that are still in good condition. Atari 2600, 5200, 7800 emulation. I'm going to look into that. Maybe stream some Atari games. I have very limited experience with Atari. Yeah. I think I have the Atari 50 collection on Switch, which is a good way to play those games. But I would love to just stream a couple and screw around with them. Sam Six Stomachs declared he no longer consumes stingrays. Ever since, Enrique has frantically been searching for a go-to dish. I simply believe he lacks the expertise to prepare these novel dishes. You need to soothe your ingredients before you truly begin to cook. Aha! I forgot about this guy. The pufferfish that bounces and then expands. No! Ah! The amount of bugs I've seen inside consoles back when I traded a lot. Eek, bad memories. I'm going to turn my light so it's not so dark. Yeah. I haven't really done any trading, but I can imagine. A lot of people didn't take care of their stuff. Yeah, see, there you go. So I just need to keep it alive. Until it cooks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn. Okay, what did I do wrong? I guess I wasn't... Oh my gosh. This is so annoying. Ah! Wait. Oh. I can't tell if I can... Okay, no. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that guy. It's good drinking during the day. Get your crying done before it's dark. Oh, that's depressing. A lot of veterans like to come down here to the underbelly of the city. Not sure. Oh, wait, you know what? I haven't shared this stream in the Gaming Alexandria server. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Oh, Tony, thank you. So don't forget, grumpygamer.com. Yeah, okay, I think that's where I did contact him through there. Yes, yeah, because I remember reading he may not get to everything. Yeah, I sent him that about 2 weeks ago. Have not gotten anything back. Might just try again. But yeah, I did find that. I was hoping to find more direct email though. Gaming Alexandria. Live stream, I guess. Yeah, of course. Streaming, Arctic eggs, and talking about game collecting. Okay, let's see what I'm missing here. Nope, nothing. An interesting note, the text here disappointed behind the character says an item. Uh, I'm not sure. I have no idea what you mean by that. So naturally, this place became the hub for interesting chefs to look to make some noise. Are you saying like the characters are layered, can be layered over the text, like it's like a thing that is like physically behind them? All right, time to cook a fish. Yeah, these flop around a little bit, not too much though. Oh, also, kind of interesting thing about this game. Whoa, is you can change the difficulty, and it changes how deep the pan is. Which is cool. Hey man, how you been? Yeah. Damn, they really tore you apart, but I recognize that nose you anywhere. We used to use your nose as sundial whenever we lost power, mainly during the war in Argentina. I'm not hungry right now, but love to give your stuff a taste at a later time. Fair enough. I don't think I'll ever feed that guy. I've been angry lately. Let it out. The Sand of Six Stomachs has juiced our city and left us with a rotting pulp. I haven't noticed anything different, really. You aren't looking hard enough. Food is good. People aren't sad, outwardly. I just want to feel content for once. If you ever see me smoking tobacco, you know I'm depressed. Yeah, so what do you guys think of this game so far? First impressions. This was I'm use this very lightly. This was a pretty popular game last year. I don't know if you remember. Whoa, look at this person's like torso. They've got like all sorts of like bolts and screws. You remember early last year when there was just like a ton of indie games coming out? Oh, it's true always, but like big ones. This released in like the same month as Arctic Egg. No, this is Arctic Egg. As Animal Well and Little Kitty Big City and Laura and Laser Eyes, and it was just like there was like a 1 week in like March or something when a bunch of indie games came out. Absurd game with a fun mechanic. I'm a fan. Yeah, it is very, very unique. I found a new thing to do with napkins at restaurants. What the fuck? Hello. Sorry. I thought I could tell you about it, but I just checked. But I can't tell you about it. I just checked. Okay. How am I supposed to know which sock goes on which foot? The taste. I don't know you, do I? No. You deserve the biggest funeral. Oh. Okay. That's the pufferfish guy. What's up, poultry man? Hey, do you know what they do with all these chickens? Guards told us to watch these guys as they went to go get a drink. They told us to keep a close eye on them, aggressively. Like about to cry. I don't mind raising them. Keeps my mind occupied. I just want to know where they go after they take them. Damn, nobody here wants food. Prison was fine. Kind of felt like a new experience. I was arrested when I was 12 because I made a got your nose joke against the Sand of Six Stomachs. Still not sure how he heard, and obviously I didn't think the punishment for the crime at the time. As I grew older, I began to understand. Grateful for the opportunity regardless. I could have ended up like you, stripped down to a poultry prepper. Oh! Are you kidding me? Oh, but at least this time I don't have a timer. Okay, that's one cooked. No! Oopsie. Yeah, I'm surprised at all your indie game exploration and conversation, Jonas, that you didn't hear about this game last year. I might be like kind of overstating how popular it was, but obviously very, very, very weird. Oh, you know what? I am going to contact Water Museum, who's the guy who made this game, and ask him, like Jonas, like you suggested that you guys do on your interviews, if he has any. Oh my god! Oh my god! If he has any like beta footage or sketches or things that he might be able to share with me. Ah! No. I love Big Kitty Little City. No, other way around. Little Kitty Big City. So here's a fun story about Little Kitty Big City. I got the a code for that game from the dev team for PS5 just about 3 weeks ago. The game came out in PS5, I think 2 weeks ago. So I got it a week or maybe two before it came out on PS5. I played it, and I love that game. I absolutely love that game. And I played it for like 4 hours straight, almost got the platinum, and there was one trophy that I couldn't get, and I honestly think it was bugged. I played it for like hours, and I couldn't get this trophy. And then literally yesterday, I went to my PS5, and I started it back up again, and turns out they changed the trophy. So I could have been the first person in the world to have the platinum trophy, if the trophy wasn't bugged and if they hadn't changed it, obviously. But I am not the first person with the platinum in the world. Which is unfortunate. I am the only game I have really close to first in the world for the platinum is the game Toem, the photography game. I had a code for that early. One of the first codes I got early. Yeah, I was very close to the first in the world with that. I'd like to be one eventually, but whatever. I don't like hard ones. That platinum is stupid easy in Toem and in Little Kitty Big City. I can't stand watching people eat my fish. The joy it brings them, not enough. I know I could do better. But I can't cook. I can catch, but I can't cook. That fucking robot up there will never teach me. Just buys me out and leaves. Can you show me what you know? An egg and a bacon. Oh, but I'm this guy now. So the controls are actually inverted. Come on, bacon. There we go. Oopsie. Yeah, this is different. Oh my god, it's inverted both ways. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Ah! Yeah, you can see they each one is kind of its own little puzzle using this mechanic, which I like. So I'll definitely ask about designing different puzzles. Fuck, oh, that's hard. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Nope. Arctic eggs. Dev dive notes. How did you come up with different ways to use the core mechanic for puzzles? Is there one you're most proud of? Coming up with new items to put in the pan. What was the toughest item to make work? I love asking this. Were there any items you had to cut? Five people watching. Who are you all? I know one of them is me. I know one of them is Jonas. One of them is Tony. Who else? Shoot. Ah! Oh! Oh, okay. I also thought I would let you guys know. Um, I think I mentioned to Jonas that I'm going to Summer Game Fest. Actually, technically, I don't think I'm supposed to talk about this publicly, but I don't really care. Going to Summer Game Fest, and I'm scheduling appointments. Um, and I don't know. I know a couple of the games that are already announced I'm going to be able to play. I'm going to play Tome 2. I'm going to play Dosa Divas, which is the next game from the team that made Thirsty Suitors. I'm going to play Bounty Star, which is it's a game published by Annapurna. From, I think the team is called Dino God. Oh! I did it. But I also have appointments to play games that haven't been announced yet. Which will be cool. One of them is an Annapurna game, which I love Annapurna. One of them is a Capcom game, so they're going to be announcing something in the Summer Game Fest season. Probably at the opening night show for SGF. And you're so al dente, so personal. Maple element, maybe boiled fish balls and cream, like an undulating monument, soaked from head to toe. Well, it's easy to rebut the first two accusations. So not much I can say about the third. Doesn't really make any sense. But another one that I'm excited about on the next game is the next game from Enhance, who made Tetris Effect and Tetsuya Michiguchi Studio. They also, I believe, published the game Humanity, which I absolutely fucking adore. I love Humanity. Kind of a spin on Lemmings, which is very cool. With a really cool visual style and soundtrack. Look at this person. Wow. Very, very odd. Uh-oh. Wait, this is even harder. There's the bacon. But the bacon actually stops the guy from bouncing. This might actually be easier. I'm out for tonight. Thank you for the conversation. Chat soon. Alright. Talk to you later, Jonas. Thank you. Oh, shit. Ugh. Tony, if you're still here, actually anyone that is still here, apparently there's 2 people watching me. Tell me what games are coming up that you're excited for. There's still a couple games actually this month that I'm looking forward to. Both Keita Takahashi's new game, 2T, which will be on Game Pass in just a week or so. And then, guys, there's a From Software game coming out this week, or this month, which is a Night Rain, which I got to preview at, or watch a play of at, what the fuck? I think that's what's to happen. Yeah. At PAX, which I'm very excited about. I love From Software. And I love Elden Ring. It's a great game. Some would say one of the best. But what are you looking forward to coming up, everyone? Fuck! Poo. Yoink. Damn. Yes. There we go. Okay, now I just need to let it... No, wait. It flopped. You flopped me. Oh, man. Okay, you know what? Before the can opens. Oh! Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just want to cook the big fish first. Oh, another game that I might stream coming up. And Keaton, if you're the one person watching me still, I want you to play a game with me. Maybe on stream, maybe not. Called Her Story. That I'm doing an interview about sometime soon. And it's a mystery game. Oh, Stingray. Mystery game that I played myself about 2 years ago. Whoa. And it'd be very fun to have you alongside me playing it again. Her Story is a very unique game, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Her Story. Were you the one I was talking to about immortality the other day on one of the Discord servers? Yeah, because I love Sam Barlow's game. Have you played Telling Lies? Also great. Yes, I love Telling Lies. I have played that game. I think it's probably the worst. Not by giant margin, but I think it's probably the worst of her story, Telling Lies, and Immortality. Still really like it. But have you played the browser text-based adventure game, interactive fiction game that Sam Barlow made called Isle? I'll send you the link to it if you're interested. It's literally just online. It's very, very interesting. There's a secret early Sam Barlow game if you're interested. Ugh! Yeah, I think you'd find Isle interesting. It's a very small project, all things considered, but I mean, I'm sure that's not a problem with you. But it's interesting. It's very unique. There we go. Where's this guy going? Oh, and he's in the water. The icy cold water there. Okay, definitely, yeah, don't ever talk to that guy. Okay, that guy. Okay, I'm just exhausting all my options here. Huh. Okay, I don't want to read all that, unfortunately. I remember playing Zork games way back in the day. Yeah, I would love to play more classic interactive fiction games like that. Um, but it's interesting. Obviously, the point and click adventure game is kind of the evolution of that. Wow, that was easy. Uh, and those games are. It's interesting how things evolve and how they become more approachable to interact with. Um, like things got to be, they're phrased even weirder in the oldest games, and things are specific. And then you get early graphical adventure games where it's a text parser, like Larry 1 is like that, and so is Les Manly. And then you get the evolution with some later Sierra games where you can use the graphical interface and click on things, which I think makes it better. And then one thing I loved about Harvester is that it has both. You can use the text to talk to characters, but also you can just click on things to like pick them up. And then really, third person, first person adventure games are just the evolution of that. And so it's difficult for me as someone who I was born in the year 2000. I've been training myself to be able to go back to games like that are totally unfamiliar structurally and gameplay wise to me. But 4 people in the chat. Who are you all? You can fry eggs on Mount Everest. I don't know. It might be too cold. Why don't you pre-cook the egg? Yeah, like a meal prep situation. I'm not sure about that. Meal prepping is easy. That's not... I've been meal prepping for years simply because it's a great way to save time, money, and reduce waste in the kitchen. So I'm happy to see so many people getting wise to this method. Whoa. I just want to cook the egg while I'm up there. Feels like cheating if I bring it with me. The heart has its reasons of which knows nothing. I know you're here. I know you're here, Tony. Oh, and now there's 2. The number keeps fluctuating. I think you're the only one watching, though. Ah, this is something that's hard. So the bottle, I believe you can actually spill it. You just can't let the liquid like leave the pan, like that, which is really hard to do. Yeah, some drops left the pan. What are some of your favorite indie games, Tony? I mean, I'm sure there's nothing really like this that you've played, but I'm just going a little bit wider, saying indie games in general. Whoa, these guys are breaking it down. Look at that. Good question. There's so many good, great ones. Yeah, absolutely. For me, important ones to me include. I like actually. Can you look? You can see that the liquid is really just a bunch of tiny little clear, differently colored egg models. Some of the popular ones, of course, Hades, Hollow Knight, Undertale, Terraria, Stardew Valley. Oh, I mean, I love every single one of the games you mentioned there. Less popular ones I really like. For me, oh yeah, I didn't get to talk about them. Fez was a huge one for me. It was really the first game that was like an indie game that I really got into. I've 200% of that game multiple times. One of my favorite, some of the best pixel art in games ever, I think. Thomas Was Alone. I love that game being a spin on 2D platformers. I love the story. I love the aesthetic. This is really fucking hard. Stardew Valley, big one for me. I really should give a Harvest Moon game a more serious shot at some point. Just because I know that obviously Stardew's a play on that, which I like seeing the origins of things. Okay, I'm not talking about this fucking guy. I think when we're done talking about this, I'm actually be done playing the game because I'm getting tired. I've been streaming for over an hour. What else? Oh, short hike. I love a short hike. Perfect length, super replayable, excellent music, excellent aesthetic, excellent music from Mark Sparling. Great writing too. Super emotional ending. Oh, I love that game. I'm literally getting goosebumps thinking about it. Wilmot's Warehouse. I love Wilmot's Warehouse as someone who likes to organize stuff. And Wilmot works it out, of course. I bought Short Hike on sale the other day. I don't know what you're playing or what kind of schedule you're rocking the next couple weeks. Make a Short Hike a priority. That game, your first playthrough, and it's gonna be your longest playthrough if you want to go for everything. Maybe 2 hours, but it's a game that can be beaten in like 3 minutes, and I have beaten it in like 7 minutes. But the full experience is like 2 hours, and I think it's some of the most rewarding, tightly crafted, beautiful, well-written 2 hours you can have in games. I think it's a masterpiece. So definitely make that a priority if you want to take a suggestion. So, sometimes I'm not very good at taking recommendations, I have to be honest. Sometimes people will tell, and my brother can account for this. Sometimes I'll be giving a recommendation, and I won't want to do it because I'm like, I want to find things myself. You can create like a internal reaction of like spite, which is weird to say because it's not like I'm upset, but yeah, I don't know. Stanley Parable. Fuck, I love Stanley Parable. Immortality. Talked about that earlier. Laura and the Laser Eyes. Steamroll Dig 2. Point B. Point B. Abzu. Holy shit. Oh, I can't wait for Sword and Sea. Neva. Grease. Grow Home's a Ubisoft game, actually. Mine. Sky. Children of the Light. Tacoma. Florence. Oh my god, there's so many good games. Steamroll Dig 1. Yeah, a lot of games. Heaven's Vault. The other game by the dev Inkle. Heaven's Vault. I'm not familiar with that. Oh wait. Oh wait, never mind. No. Not familiar. Inkle. Highland Song. I have Heaven's Vault on my wish list, and 80 Days on my wish list. I haven't bought either of those. They made a game this year. Expelled, an Overboard game. What's Overboard? Detective game. Expelled. Baba Is You. Oh my god, that game made me so mad. It made me feel so dumb. Oh, I love Florence. Florence is another one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. I still have a song from Florence as my my ringtone for my alarm in the morning. I'd love to talk to those devs. Mountain. Interesting group. Where's their next game? It's been 7 years since Florence. That's crazy. Yeah, if we're wrapping up this conversation, I'm losing steam. I'm losing attention. I won't be entertaining. So I'm going to save this game. Oh, they're both the same one. And then quit this and say goodnight. Oh, Oberdin. Yeah, I love the Oberdin. That I played that game first, for its first time, and I really thought it was bad. Actually, I thought it was poorly designed, and then I revisited it, and I was like, no, this is actually really cool. I was just not understanding it the first time. Catch you later.